Sarah hummed along to the radio, excitement bubbling in her chest. Her long-awaited vacation had finally arrived. She gripped the steering wheel, the old charming town coming into view. She was going to be staying at the historic Grand Blackwood Hotel. Built over a century ago, the hotel had a majestic presence. Sarah pulled into the circular driveway, ready to step back in time. The hotel loomed large, its brick facade softened by ivy. The setting sun cast long shadows, giving it an almost eerie glow. Sarah took a deep breath, the air thick with the scent of pine and damp earth. As she entered the lobby, she was greeted by the scent of aged wood and antique furniture. The grandeur of the hotel was undeniable, but so was the palpable silence that hung in the air. The check-in process was seamless, the old-fashioned keycard sparking a thrill of anticipation in Sarah. The concierge, a kindly old man, shared stories of the hotel's rich history. He spoke of famous guests and lavish parties, his voice dropping to a whisper as he mentioned hushed rumors of a haunting. Sarah, a lover of all things mysterious, found herself drawn deeper into the hotel's enigmatic aura. Her room on the third floor was everything she'd hoped for. A four-poster bed dominated the space, its heavy velvet curtains framing a breathtaking view of the gardens below. Sarah unpacked, her fingers trailing over the antique writing desk and the ornate mirror that seemed to hold secrets in its reflection. An unsettling feeling settled over her, a prickle at the back of her neck, as if she were being watched. That night, nestled in the plush bed, Sarah found sleep elusive. Every creak of the floorboards, every sigh of the wind against the windows sent shivers down her spine. Then she heard it, a soft rapping sound coming from the room next door. It was rhythmic, like someone gently tapping on the wall. Sarah tried to ignore it, but the sound persisted, growing louder as the minutes ticked by. Sleep, when it finally came, was filled with unsettling dreams. She dreamt of shadowy figures and disembodied whispers, her subconscious weaving tales of the hotel's haunted past. When she woke, it was to the sound of her own racing heart. The room felt heavy, the air thick with an unseen presence. The tapping from the night before was gone, but a new sound had taken its place. A low, mournful hum that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves. Section 4. Curiosity and Dismissal. Sarah approached the front desk, a mix of apprehension and determination in her eyes. She recounted the previous night's events to the concierge, expecting concern, perhaps even fear. Instead, he offered a polite smile and a dismissive shrug. "Old buildings make noises, ma'am," he said, his tone matter-of-fact. "Nothing to be concerned about." He assured her that the room next door was unoccupied. His words did little to quell her unease. She spent the day exploring the town, trying to shake off the oppressive atmosphere of the hotel. But the memory of the noises, the feeling of being watched, lingered. Nightfall brought a fresh wave of dread. Sarah considered leaving, finding another hotel, but something held her back. A strange mix of fear and morbid curiosity had taken root within her. Section 5. Investigation and Revelation. As the rapping resumed, louder and more insistent than before, Sarah knew she couldn't ignore it any longer. Armed with nothing but a flickering candle and her own mounting terror, she crept out of her room and towards the source of the sound, the vacant room next door. Her hand trembled as she slowly turned the handle, the old lock groaning in protest. The air inside was frigid, a stark contrast to the warmth of the hallway. Dust motes danced in the faint light, revealing a room frozen in time. Furniture draped in white sheets, cobwebs clinging to every corner. The rapping had ceased, replaced by an unnatural stillness that pressed down on Sarah, stealing her breath. She took a hesitant step inside, her candle illuminating a faded inscription on the wall. "Help me!" Section 6. History's Echoes. Panicked, Sarah stumbled back, her candle clattering to the floor, plunging her into darkness. As she scrambled to her feet, a cold hand clamped around her wrist, its grip vice-like and inhumanly strong. A blood-curdling scream escaped her lips as she was yanked forward, pulled into the impenetrable blackness. The next morning, Sarah was gone. The hotel staff, accustomed to strange occurrences, found her room empty. The door to the vacant room stood ajar, its inscription now clearly visible in the daylight. Legend had it that a young woman had been brutally murdered in that very room a century ago, her pleas for help ignored. And now it seemed her cries were finally being heard. The Grand Blackwood Hotel stood as a silent testament to its dark past, its grandeur forever tainted by the echoes of Sarah's terror.